Well, this was a real pile of shit. Let's rank this film on the Cageometer.
All right, that leads us over to the most important question that we ask on this show. Vince, where do you rate Never on Tuesday on your Nicolas Cage Cageometer?
I feel like giving it a 1 is too harsh. But I'm going to. I don't want to talk about this film anymore than we already have, so that's why it's getting a 1. It's not a great film. Awful. Just all over the place. Very confusing at times. Very just written poorly. I guess he's 20, so whatever. Give him a pass, but still a 1. As far as Cage's performance, how the fuck do you give 30 seconds of... I mean, I loved it because it's so fucking ridiculous, but...
I will say it is goddamn memorable. That is for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to forget this.
No. But it's such a short, so I'll just go 5 because there's not really much to really... I mean, if you're like if you really want to be analytical, which I don't, because this movie doesn't deserve any real critique or like in-depth analysis, you pick them apart, but just to get over and done with this fucking film, give them a 5. It's memorable, but there's not enough to really give it a good critique of.
All right, Nigel, where does Never on Tuesday rate on your Cageometer?
I do think giving it a 1 is a little bit harsh, so I'm giving it a 2, just because the cameos were slightly entertaining. I think just go watch those if you can find that, because there's not an actual movie. Yeah. It is written horribly, tries to do some weird comedy drama something, but it's stupid, so it's not worth watching for it. I don't know. It's never on two. Like I don't want to analyze it and give it like a critical eye, really. Like it's just,
exactly.
It's better than Arsenal, maybe. So I put it kind of on the same level. I think I gave Arsenal a 2, or maybe it was a 1 for Arsenal.
I think it was a 1, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll give you like a 2. It's got a structure to it. There's, the characters are kind of memorable and consistent, sort of. I don't know. Whatever. It's 2. It's just... I don't want to talk about it anymore.
There's a theme.
Yeah. Cage, I'll be more generous than Vince as well. I'll give him a 7 just because I think it is a memorable, funny, goddamn legendary scene. 30 seconds, whatever his thing is. Everybody should see this scene in his performance of it, because you won't forget it. It's so batshit insane, and knowing that he had free reign to do it, it was all him, 100%. He had 30 seconds to do that, and he gave you something that's probably the most standout thing in the movie.
Easily, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, that's I was like, should I give him like a 9 or a 10 just because it's so fucking funny? But like, there's not enough there to do it. It's not fair. It's not fair to his actual great performances. So I'll say a 7. It's entertaining. He gave you something memorable out of it. It's a shame that most people probably will never see this, never see that performance or get a light of day, because most people don't know it exists. But the fact that
it's a good thing that nobody will see this movie.
Yeah, but the fact that just the oddity of this character, unnamed Pinocchio Ferrari guy, it's fucking amazing. It's so good. I could watch that scene on repeat just because it's just so ridiculous. So yeah,
it's amazing.
Give it a 7.
Do you think that was his Ferrari?
No. I don't know. Like, was it in the script? Like, we've got a Ferrari, so this guy's Ferrari guy, and you got to play Ferrari guy, or was he like? That was one of his things. Like, I want a Ferrari. Like, I want to have this guy be in a Ferrari.
And they had to rent a Ferrari for him. I got to assume it was his Ferrari. I have to.
I swear somebody said it was. I swear there was like a piece. Okay. He said it. I remember hearing.
Yeah, I don't know if the film had a budget to rent a Ferrari. So.
I can't even imagine.
Probably more than the actual budget of the whole movie. So yeah, it had to have been somebody's.
Yeah. I mean, it could have been one of the producers or one of the other cameo stars maybe, but I mean, Cage is a car guy. I would assume. I assume it's his. Yeah. On my Cageometer, it was same thing. Like I enjoyed this movie more than Arsenal, so I have to give it more than a 1. So I gave it a 2. It's got a structure, like Nigel said. It does have memorable moments, especially in the cameos. So, is it worth watching? Absolutely not. But it's not the worst movie we've ever watched, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
As far as Cage, same thing. Like, he had 30 seconds. So I gave him a 6. Nigel kind of swayed me to maybe give him a 7, but I think I'll split the difference between the two of you. It's like he had nothing to work with. He just showed up and said, "Is everybody hurt? Is anybody hurt? Can I give anybody a ride?" And what he gave us was one of the most memorable 30 seconds of film ever captured on a short end.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Incredible. Is anybody hurt? Like, who the fuck would do, like, who else in the world would come up with that? I've got 30 seconds. All right. How about I be live action Pinocchio, but he's really troubled and he's having a hard time. And I get really into the character of Pinocchio as an adult. And I'd show up in my Ferrari and I got my windbreaker. I'm a middle-aged yuppie Pinocchio. And my nose is real long because I've been telling lies for a long time. Who the fuck would come up with that besides Nicolas Cage? It's incredible. We say it all the time. Exclusive. We say it all the time. But like this guy has an incredible ability to make something memorable that doesn't even need to be memorable. It's just like, you just never know what to expect. You never know what to expect from Nick Cage. It's incredible. He can be a leading man or he can be a character actor. He's one of the only people. Like I can't think of too many leading men who can also be character actors.
Cary Elwes.
Yeah. And Brad Pitt, he's pretty good at character acting.
Yeah.
Nick Cage.
Is he though?
He is, man. Go back and watch
actor?
12 Monkeys.
Yeah, watch the movies where he really tried.
Snatch. I would argue like you look at like Interview with a Vampire versus Fight Club. Like he's got a really good range. I don't think people give him credit because he's super hot and like that's what he got famous for, was being super hot. But like he actually has some range as an actor. But yeah, Nick Cage is one of the only ones who he kind of made a transition from being a character actor to being a leading man. Yeah. And then now he's kind of come back to being a character actor again. It's come full circle.